Shalom. This is Truth is Everlasting, Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sop. I camp out with Lion Den, Hawan Ben Yeshua in Jacksonville, Florida. But first, I have to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the archons, and to the women and children around the world in Paleo-Hebrew language. Kal Halayim Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Ha-Rokah Kodash Mahamath, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and in truth. Double honors to the 144,000 chosen elect. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Double honors to the apostles of Lion Den's camp. Salutations to the archons on the four corners of the earth. And to the women and children, Shalom. Yep, things are escalating, huh? And they're doing this on purpose. That way they can distract the people of what they are doing behind the scene. But Yahweh Bashin Yahushai sees all things, right? So it's no how can I say, no surprise, right? Of what they think they can hide from Yahweh Bashin Yahushai. Okay? And this is one of the big ones, or big thing that they're doing, and they're trying to move fast. And now we are finding out why the weather is acting up. And I'm sure that once I play this in your own city, you're going to say, wait a minute. When I look up in the sky, I have noticed these things too. Okay? So it says here the grid is already going down. I can't read that part up there. Well, maybe the bottom. Texas grid is already going down, which tilt the N for current number of failure. Let me see, wait, Salakia.
Time and 10 o'clock.
Salakia. Failure, oh, that's what it says, okay. I'm gonna, Salakia.
In the state of...
Give me a minute.
Right now it's...
So I'm gonna play it, Salakia, I couldn't read the rest. ERCOT system cannot fuel themselves facilities and citizens' homes. Storm could climb 100 of lives by freezing temperatures. Okay, the title of this lesson, When the Grinder Cease. Okay, here we go.
1 o'clock New York time, 12 o'clock Central Texas time, and 10 o'clock in the state of California, West Coast time. What you're looking at behind me is Project Stargate. This is the massive undertaking by the federal government and companies like SoftBank, Oracle, OpenAI, Microsoft, Meta, Palantir, all funded by JP Morgan Chase Bank. They were given billions of dollars in loans by JP Morgan Chase. This is in Abilene, Texas, in Taylor County, Texas. And this is going to house the infrastructure for all information of everybody in America. So what does this have to do with the storm that's coming? I'll lay it down for you. As I said, these first two buildings, these are part of it. Okay, it's going to be 8 buildings, but massive buildings, massive structures with supporting structures. These first two came online in early January. Now the storm that's coming, it's by design, it's to divert power. This is all powered by ERCOT. ERCOT is the Texas grid, and that's who powers all the residents in Texas. In 2022, ERCOT failed the citizens of Texas, and there was an ice bowl. There were dozens of seniors who died all across Texas, froze to death in their homes. You're about to see that same amount of number, or even higher, because they said that the predicted numbers of the temperature is going to be down to 2 and 3 degrees by Sunday night. So all the people that die and freeze to death in their homes this weekend, that is solely to be placed at the feet of the Republican Party and Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, because he's the one who allowed for all this. They need energy to fund this. This is going to house all of your banking. This is going to house all of your information, text messages, emails, anything you've ever done online, your medical records, everybody in the country. This is going to have all your information. And the cost is going to be passed on to the Texas citizen. You are basically going to pay for them to enslave you. And this is happening. Those 2 buildings are already online. and the structure continues to grow, but they need to divert power. So what I'm doing is I'm watching the Texas grid right now, the ERCOT grid, and you have power outages in South Texas, Houston, and East Texas. It's still relatively warm there. No storm has hit. So the number of homes right now in Texas that have lost power, over 16,000, and the number is rising every hour. They're diverting power. This storm, the cloud seeding, it was all done by purpose. It is all
Cloud seeding, wow. You know, we in Jacksonville, I've been noticing every day how they spraying in the air non-stop. I'm sure it's happening in other cities, right? So actually what they're really doing is plundering, right? So they can take everything to use what they call these data center, right? It needs more electricity, more amp, and then on top of that, they'll, you know, tax people to death to push them into that digital currency where they will say, you know, there'll be no more taxes if you go in the direction of the digital way, right? So they can control and plunder more, take more. I want to go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. In the day when the keeper of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinder cease, because they are few, and those that look up or look out, Slakia, of the windows be darkened. Yeah, you know what, that kind of weather, nobody can go to work, right? The electricities go out, so you can imagine at nighttime how dark it's going to get. When we tell our people, the so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds, repent, right? Because the wicked is escalating, moving faster, because he knows his days are getting closer. Meaning he knows that Yahushua is coming back with a host of angels. He has to get ready. Verse 4, and the door shall be shut in the streets. When the sound of the grinding is low, right? Not too many jobs. A lot of business, family business won't be able to open either. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yep, they ain't gonna be going out being all happy and going for entertainment. Verse 5, also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way. The almond tree shall flourish. That'll be those who are chosen, of 144,000 chosen elect. And the grasshopper shall be burned. Woo! And desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the street. Yeah. You're going to be seeing a lot of people, like he said, beliving, dropping dead, men, women, and children and babies, right? It's going to get ugly. I want to go to Job chapter 17. Oh, wait, Salakia. Yeah. Ooh, what happened? Salakia, wrong button. Job chapter... Where are you? Give me a minute. Here we go. Chapter 17, verse 13. If I wait, the grave is my house. I have made my bed in darknesses. Yeah, there's that old saying, you know, you made your bed, now you got to lay on it. Right? That goes to our people. All this time that you had to repent and do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? Well, that's what's going to cross your mind when there's no electricity. That's going to hit everywhere in America, okay? 14, I have said to corruption, thou art my father. To the worms, thou art my mother and my sister. Yeah. So when you go to the grave, that's what's going to be eating your flesh anyway, the worms. Okay. And now, that's going to cause no food as well. Verse 15. And where is now my hope? As for my hope, who shall see it? Yeah. Who are you going to call now? Right? Who are you going to cry to? Verse 16. They shall go down to the bar of the pit when our rest together is in the dust. Hmm? Look how fast things are moving. Look how chaotic things are becoming. Look how ugly things are going to get. Nahum chapter 2. Give me a minute. Chapter 2, verse 10. She is empty and void and waste, and the heart melteth, and the knees smite together, and much pain is in all loins, and the face of them all gather blacknesses. Hmm? We keep telling our people, man, things are going to get uglier, right? Come back to Yahweh Shai, right? Repent. Do his will, right? To the women from the so-called Negro, Latino, and speckled birds that have repented, bless you. May Yahweh keep protecting you and your children. But to the rest of our people who have not repented, men, women, and children, yeah, where's your hope? Where's you going to rest your hope on now, right? On the wicked. Jeremiah 30. Give me a minute. Verse 9. But they shall serve Yahweh Shai their power, and David their king, whom I will rise up unto them. See, we wait patiently. That's who's coming, to help us, to save us, right? That's where we put our hope, you see. We don't put hope in this wicked world. We don't put our hope in the Edomites, the so-called white people, right? The Caucasians. Because, their kingdom is becoming shorter, smarter, and smarter, okay? And they know it. I want to go to Proverbs chapter 6. Now, they don't like when we read and talk like this, but hey, that's their problem. Chapter 6, verse 14. Forwardness is in his heart, his mind. He devises mischief continually. He sows discord. That's what he's doing right now. Using his devices, right, to oppress the people, our people, the so-called Negro, Latino, and speckled birds, right? Still want to keep us poor, and then say it's a crime. If you're poor, you're committing a crime. If you're homeless, you're committing a crime, right? If you're dark-skinned, brown, or whatever color, and you have an accent, you're committing a crime. See, that shows the fear that they have, right? And the hatred as well to our people, so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds. Verse 15, therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. Yeah. So keep moving, Edomites. Keep sticking to your plan. Okay? Soon Yahweh Shah will throw that monkey wrench. And surprise, surprise. Proverbs chapter 27. Give me a minute. Verse 12. A prudent man foresees evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. And where do you hide? You hide in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You see? Let me go to Proverbs, and I'm going to leave it with this. Proverbs 22. I'll start with verse 16. You see verse 16? Or give me a minute. Yeah, verse 16. He that oppresses the poor to increase his riches, and he that gives this to the rich shall surely come to want. Right? And they're oppressing us because they want to take everything, right? They want to keep on plundering. Slakia. Verse 22. Rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in his gates. And boy, are they doing that. Verse 23. For Yahushua will plead their cause and spoil the souls of those that spoil them. Spoil, right? When you look up the word spoiled, plundering, or taking valuable by force, right? What they call that as war booty, right? So we are in an act of war. That's what they're doing right now. You can almost say that this is really the beginning of martial law, right? Because they're not going to stop. Things are going to get worse, okay? And they're going to keep suppressing because they have to bring the population down, and they're going to implement the casteist society, right? Then, once that comes about, rest assured they're gonna mandate the charagma, right? That chip they want to put inside of all of us to turn you into cyborgs so you can go and fight Yahweh Shai, our King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and the host of angels. I hope that this was edifying, and with that I'll say Shalom.